Hey y'all, welcome to my channel, Mama Fox Studios. This is Missy, and we are on build number 5 of our Age of Innocence classroom. Our little classroom here. We've got the majority, or we've got the walls all built, and we're gonna scooch that. We've got some little doodads, some extras here. This one is just still tickling me to no end. This little tape dispenser with red and white tape. I don't know why it's red and white, but it is adorable. A little eraser, chalk cabinet. So last time we skipped over doing the tables and chairs, and I think it's early morning, so I think I'm going to continue to skip tables and chairs this morning, and let's continue on and do hold on, the camera's a little bit crooked, I think. Let's do some calendars and books, I think. Yeah, I think so. Okay, so these are all of our books. Yes, but first let's do our calendars. Oh, these right here. Gotcha. So these here are two little, we make two little calendars, so just jump right in. Just keep on going this morning. And yeah, let's just do some paperwork, I guess. I guess we're doing paperwork this morning. I know I still have to go back and, excuse me, put together, or not put together, but put that sign up across the classroom, that wooden sign that I had so much trouble with, I think 2 builds ago. And last build, yeah, I think I had trouble with it 2 builds in a row, and I just kind of don't want to do it yet. Am I anticipating more trouble with it? Yeah, probably. So I'm just kind of like, we'll just hold off on the trouble this morning. Let's just wait. Okay. I don't want to get them mixed up. There are 2 different colors. There's pink, and then there's like beige color. Oh, stab myself. There's only 8, 8 calendar pages. I thought they went to school 9 months out of the year. But okay. So, okay, this looks, oops, sorry. I was just looking at them. Looks like we just paste them together and then kind of bend the edges out. But it looks like there's a little spiral up top, and I was just trying to see on these. Oh, this one does look like they have little spirals, but these ones don't. Like, maybe they got printed a little too short. I don't know. Okay, anyways. We were just gonna maybe daub some glue on here today. Maybe if my glue wants to work. What is going on? I know it's cold in here, but geez. I didn't think it was cold enough to make glue not run. Just putting a very tiny line of glue on the very top. And then I'm going to actually try to keep them close to as straight as I can. Okay, so I have a little bit of a rant this morning, you guys. What is up with movies? Not even new movies. I didn't watch any new movies. I watched a couple of older ones. Not old, as in like early 2000s. Crazy endings. What happened to a good old-fashioned good ending? I watched. Oh no, one of them was new. Was Timer new? Maybe Timer was newer. I don't remember. But I watched Timer. And that ending, oh my gosh, I don't want to spoil anything, but sheesh. Like, give a girl a break. But no, you know when you just want the happy ending? Like, I'm not an always has to be happy ending kind of person. I am, however, I want it to be wrapped up. I want to know what happens to the characters that I've now watched for, you know, an hour and a half or a little more, and watch their lives kind of detonate on them and then kind of get pulled back together, because that's how movies generally go, right? And then I just want to know how their life turns out. Why is that so difficult to give me? Yeah, but so now I'm just going to kind of fan these. It did kind of want me to maybe fold a little. Okay. So there's our first little calendar. And I guess we're just going to do the same thing on the other one. But yeah, I just left it, I mean, with the possibility of the happily ever after. But yet it destroyed 2 other people. It's like, wait, just because the main character you give the possibility of, which they didn't even give me what happens to her, just maybe. But then the other 2 people that got hurt, just like they just, oh well, we don't need to know. I need to know, people. I need to know. And then, what was the other one I watched? It was with Ben Affleck. Oh, I can't remember the name of it. It's a bit of an older one. It's, what's his name? Jay and Silent Bob in it. Silent Bob talked. I was like, wait, what? And then he talked and talked, and then he argued on his way out with Jay. And I was like, oh, you just blew my mind. For years and years and years, I thought the man never said a word, and here he is, just spouting off, as Jay says, the Jedi stuff. Quit with that Jedi stuff. But they also gave the possibilities of the friendship working out, maybe the relationship working out. But geez, it's just, ugh. Just give me a 3 months later, or a, you know. Well, that one did do it 1 year later, and that's when they saw each other again, the three of them, the two best friends, kind of across the room. Yeah, it's all good, and didn't even talk to each other. And then the guy and the girl talked, but it was like, you can call me sometime. Oh yeah, okay. And then that was it. He walks out. I'm like, wait, is she gonna call you? Are you gonna answer? What is going on? What is happening? I did not like movies like that. Give me a wrap up, people. Give me a wrap up. I don't know, they do it and say, oh, but you can create your own ending. Well, no, I have too many possibilities in my head. I need to know what the writers were thinking. Because I can come up with at least 12 different endings. Which one did you mean? And there is our second little calendar there. Put those on our little tray of pieces. So now we're going to do our books. So now, this section here, I'm going to fold all together. These two I'm going to fold together, and I'm going to, they are the same, but there's this, actually there's a little space in between, but I think I could fold them all together, and then these two are separated. So I'm going to try to fold them all together. So yeah, anyways, after that kabobble of movies, I was a little disappointed. And I think I might try folding these together too. They're the same, yeah. That way we'll just have 2 folds instead of 4. Or potentially 10. That would be nice. Yeah, so after that I just had to go, okay, no more movies. I'm done with movies for tonight. So I watched a couple episodes of Medium, which I finished up season 5. So now we're on season 6. I think I just watched the first episode of that. And then I just started on random YouTube stuff last night so I could try to fall asleep. Yeah, so you guys like your movie endings completed like me, or do you like to a little bit of come up with your own scenario like the last couple that I watched? What's your preference? I'm curious. Today I do have to catch up on, I started watching, well, with my mom we watched Brilliant Minds. We did watch that yesterday, this week's episode. Amazing. So sad. So sad for John Doe. If I had been by myself, I probably would have cried, but I was like, keep it together. You know, but Yeah, it was sad, but good. They left it with a little bit of a cliffhanger. It's like, did that really happen? Or is he daydreaming? I don't know. So I'm curious for next week to see what's going on in for reals. I have on my own, like my mom's not watching, but I'm watching NCIS Origins. I didn't think I was gonna, because I mean, I'm an NCIS fan back in the day. Not anything now. Once Abby left, Abby was my favorite. But they just, I liked Ziva better than, what was the first girl's name? I don't remember, but I didn't like her. Kate, and I never really liked Kate. So that switch over didn't bother me. I actually preferred Ziva. But once personnel started changing, I was like, no, I was done. And Gibbs isn't even, I didn't even watch it when he left. I'd already stopped watching before he left, but I guess it's still going on without him. But they made a spinoff, NCIS Origins, and it's about Gibbs and his history. And I thought, well, that'd be cool, but but like his rules always fascinated me. So I broke down and thought, well, I'll watch the first episode and see what I think. Now I like NCIS, I like the crime, the labby stuff, the kind of like CSI stuff. And they do a little bit of that, not as much. They don't really concentrate on it. They have a lab person, but it's not how like on NCIS, how Abby like would explain things and break the case open. This isn't like this. This kind of seems more humor. But I fell in love with it, honestly. I think because the original actor of Gibbs, Mark Hamill, is so involved in it, even though it's not his he obviously a different, I don't know the actor's name of who's playing him when he's younger. I don't know, but he's good. But Mark Hamill does the voiceover, and usually like that little appearance in the beginning and the end. They don't always show him in the beginning and end, but he does do the voiceover. And it's just amazing. And I think if they were smart having him come and still be in this, because if it hadn't been for him, I don't think I would be as interested, because it can be a little disorienting. Seeing someone that you've watched, for so long, Gibbs, being played by someone else can be a little off-putting. But in the beginning, you have Mark Hamill's voice, Gibbs's original voice, and then at the end, and it just really grounds you to go, okay, this is Gibbs we're talking about here. And so I think that was an amazing idea, and I'm so glad that the actor decided to do that, because that really makes it. So after this video this morning, I will probably settle down and watch my NCIS Origins. I might have 2 episodes. I don't remember if I watched last week's or not, because Brilliant Minds did not go on last week. They didn't have an episode last week. because of the election. So I didn't check if Origins did or not. So I don't know if I have 1 or 2 episodes to watch. This page was a little more difficult because it's so wide. Usually I'm dealing with, less, but it's doable. Just have to be patient with the way I'm holding it. To flip it around, it was cutting too long for me. Whoops, don't crease it. You know what show? It's odd that I liked this, but I liked it. It's been a while. It's been a couple of years now. I'm just talking this morning because I'm just folding paper, and what else am I going to do but talk, right? Gotta keep hydrated though, because talking should my throat raw. In, out, in, out, in, out. I just want to make sure I knew which way to start folding. This show that I didn't think of, I don't even know why I started watching it years ago. Was it Last Man on Earth? Last Man Standing? Oh gosh, I can't remember the name of it. About how, I don't even really know what happened, but like kind of most of humanity disappeared. And, there's a survivor, a guy, and, he is putting signs up throughout town. I think they're in Arizona. Okay, this is a little difficult to bend because it's so big, so long, and I gotta be careful. I think it's in Phoenix, or in, like Phoenix or Tucson or something. And he thinks he's the only person alive, but then he finds, and I don't remember his name, but I remember her name was Carol. And not the prettiest of people, but he thinks she's the last woman, and she won't sleep with them until they're married, so they like get married and all this stuff. And this first few episode or two is crazy, and then they move into a house and a little cul-de-sac, and then all of a sudden another woman shows up, and like she's gorgeous, and he's like, wait, I want her. And Carol's like, no, you're married. So he spends like, I don't remember how many seasons, I want to say a couple, but I don't remember, basically trying to ditch Carol, like, which is so sad, but she just hangs on. She just is, I don't know if she's just oblivious or what, but she just keeps a hold of him. And then a couple more people come, and there's like maybe 7 or 8 total in the end, and Carol gets pregnant, and he builds her a little house, but by this time he's like, has fallen in love with her, right? Kind of like, yeah, he falls in love with her, and I can't remember why, but they have to leave where they're at, and he puts her in the little house he built her, and they go off down the road, and I'm trying to remember the very ending. I think she goes into labor, and then like the little house she's in catches fire, but no one knows because he's driving. I don't know. And then it just ended. Just ended. I was like, wait, what? What now? We don't know because there's no more episodes. I was so bummed. That was actually a pretty funny show. And I'm not usually one for stupid humor. My brothers are. I don't mean slapstick humor. I'm okay with slapstick humor, but like stupid humor. Like growing up, my brothers loved the movies Spaceballs and Three Amigos, and I cannot stand them. That's stupid humor to me. And Dumb and Dumber, oh my God, I can't. No. I can't do it. I can't even be in the same room if those movies are on, especially Dumb and Dumber. Nope, can't do it. But my brothers being my brothers, they love them, and so they love to quote lines from them to me, and I know most of them because they quote them all the time. But this wasn't like that. This wasn't stupid humor. This was funny. I'm trying to remember. I think there's a different TV show that's called like Last Man Standing, and I always get them with Tim Allen, and I would always get the names confused. It was Last Man something. Have any of you guys ever seen it? Do you know what I'm talking about? What's the name of it? I think we folded pretty dang good, you guys. Pretty dang good. Yes. Okay, let's glue it up. Now here's the thing, we gotta get glue on all the parts. Usually I would just like dab in the middle. And I can't really see. Okay, yeah, there's glue on all that. So I'm just gonna glue one at a time because I want to make sure I get them all. So I got my new diamond art in the mail yesterday. When I first started diamond art painting, I went through a phase. Not a phase. Honestly, I got a little manic. And I bought so many. I had probably 100 or so diamond arts to do. And I'm down to only a couple left. And there are ones that I'm not really crazy about. For some reason, at some moment in time, I thought my mom needed these dandelion pictures that are almost all gray and white. Why? She doesn't collect dandelions. So I have 2 of these that I haven't done. They're not going to my mom. I don't know why I thought that. I have one. It was like a blind purchase. Like, okay, that's not what I mean. A surprise. Is that what I mean? So I didn't know what the picture was. And honestly, that little picture they give you in the corner isn't enough. I still don't know what it is. Even my dad couldn't figure it out. So, but I kind of ordered a new one. And after this build, that's what we're doing. We're going to do a diamond art. The only thing is I got to figure out how to change my camera, because I don't do it flat. I do it on my light board, which is at an angle going this way. And so I've got to somehow get the camera behind me. So as soon as I've been trying to figure that out. Yeah, we're going to do diamond art next. And this is gorgeous diamond art. I mean, it's kind of weird because it's a tornado, but it's like a beautifully colored tornado. And I just opened it up enough yesterday to see the colors of the drills. Oh, in. Okay. Because I wanted to see if those drills were as brilliant as the picture, and oh, they are. They're gorgeous. So yes, that is going to be next. Is we're going to do a diamond art. So it'll be interesting. I think I'm going to have to I've been thinking about this. What do you guys think? Like, pick a topic for the hour or whatever, because like here I can stop and pause, and I have things to talk about what I'm doing. These, by the way, have actual pictures. They're all exactly the same. Each page, there's 2 pages, and each 2 pages are the same. So I can explain like what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, and then just kind of fill in the awkward silences with my watching reviews or my book reviews or whatever. But short of maybe the first diamond art painting, where I would explain like my tools and what diamond art is and this and that, I don't think there's going to be much to explain. So it's kind of my only hold up on wanting to do diamond art. What am I going to talk about? So I was thinking maybe picking a book or picking a movie and kind of doing maybe like a in-depth review. What do you guys think? I don't know. But I don't want to sit here for an hour and go, oh, sorry, I was quiet. Because I run out of things to say. These ones folded up very, very nicely too. Wow. I am impressed. Let me just say, I'm impressed with their books. A lot of times I'll find, even no matter how careful I try to fold, the covers either overlap or don't quite cover. And that's simply because their measurements are a little off, but these guys are good. At least on their paper-wise. They've been pretty good on their build-wise, except this. I gotta say, this has been my nemesis. For one, it doesn't quite, it's a little bit too long. Busted my walls apart. And 2, that is the worst connector ever. Why was that just not one piece? Ugh. That one is driving me nuts. And I think, honestly, it'll probably be like, I will hold off wanting to install that till I can't hold off anymore. Like, I want to put it in, I need to put it in before I load anything into the room, right? For the fact that if I just have to, if it just destroys something, I don't want to destroy what I already have placed in the room, right? So I get that, but geez, I just don't want to fight with it. And I'm almost, if it comes down to it, I will take that little front sign off and find a way to mount it somewhere else. I just don't get it. Okay, so We have a book here. We have our 8 books here. I'm just making sure everything's good. Okay, and now I tried, if you see me, the first time I did one of these, I thought it was insane, and I did my first one with and it's possible to do it with the X-Acto blade. You just have to kind of layer by layer by layer by layer, because you can't get enough oomph on it. You could probably use scissors. That would be probably easier, and I do have a nice new set of scissors. I got my little pointed ones that I wanted. They're a bit heavy and very sharp, and this would probably cut through it. But I found that this thing, which is supposed to be for material, which I did get for material to cut when I do material here, but I also cut a whole lot of other stuff with it. Just saying. And I found, just by kind of necessity, this, because I can put more pressure on it, and more even pressure, works very well on these. There we go, look at that. Wow. Book. The French? What does that say? Oh. Oh, it says book, but then it's kind of, I think it's supposed to be the bright, but it's backwards. Yeah, okay. Anyways, whoops. And then let's trim up this one. Does that one say anything? Design something. So, yeah, this just cuts pretty much like butter. There we go. Nice. And I did learn, I like to cut from the open side back, because otherwise I might crush the spines. You just want to get that initially lined up really well, because once you put pressure down and start cutting through that first layer, you need to kind of just commit to it. Do you know how much time we have saved you guys doing these 10 books this way? 12, did we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, no, 10. Yeah, these 10 books would have taken me way longer, like, I don't know how long, but much, much longer. It did go a little, I missed the corner of that one, just a little bit. I always would have taken me so much longer if I had to fold and bend and then fold and then glue all 10 of those separate versus just in 2 rounds. So this is an amazing find, and I just showed myself before I would only do them on the ones that were like exactly, you know, back to back. If they had space, I wouldn't have done them before. So now I know that I can do them just as fine. Just cut off the empty space. That is a time saver so much. So much. So 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. All right, all 10 books are done. So we have 8 of them, or 6 of them that are colored, and 2 that are just brown. They're all the same size. And all of these ones just say design. They have nothing else. And then 2 of these smaller ones. Okay, books are done, you guys. Look at that. Wow. So now let's do a plant, just one plant. And it's gonna be, so I need 114, which is this one. When I say one plant, I just meant on this page. I'm sure there's obviously some leaves. Where are you connected at the base? It's hard to see. I don't think they're all the way cut out up here. Okay, so there's just one on each side of the base, and then that first one was just kind of a fluke. There's just one up top here. Let's see how that goes. It looks like it's a mess, but it is coming out. There we go. Okay. And then we need 1114. No, that's 1114. We need 1129, which is this one here. Okay, and whoop, you all have to go in the bucket. Okay, so this one we need 2. Bend round. So there's a gray spot here, and gray is the bottom. So we're gonna wrap that up and then glue that down. Oh, don't go crooked. There. Why are you not, like, totally sticking? That was kind of weird. Try not to get my finger stuck to it. Got a little bit of excess glue. Okay, there we go. Not really. What are you doing? This is just me being impatient. I know that. Okay. Trying to be patient. Trying. Don't want to be. You want your stuff to just stick. What are you doing? I don't know what you're doing, but I know I'm not playing no more. And I'll just trim up the bottom when you're dry. Yep, not playing. Okay, now we're going to take our little toothpick here and we're going to just roll this up. This is not going to be fun. I'm feeling it's going to be a little awkward, but let's give it our best shot. Not crooked. Go straight, please. I just don't want to. It's not even curling. It's not even rolling. It wasn't even rolling, you guys. It's just. Okay, let's try again. There you go. I just want to try to keep it straight. Come on, work with me, not against me. This is what I was afraid of, getting them all tangled up. Come on, stay straight, please. We're almost done. Probably gonna glue my finger, but I'd rather glue my finger and have it stay solid than have it unravel, because I'm trying to be careful. Come on, just stick. Unravel. There we go. Doesn't look as good as it does in the picture, but I did exactly like they said. Okay, so now we're just gonna glue this tiny little thing down in this big old vase, but you know. Really, really, really. We're gonna set this to the side to dry. Then we'll come back and zhuzh it up. I'll fix it because it's a mess right now. Let me just tell you, it is a mess. That is the end of that page. And so now I thought, but we're almost out of time because they want me to put together the desks, but I haven't made the desks yet. So I thought, because we have like 2.5 more pages of building furniture, so, well, of other stuff. So we have our backpacks here. We have a couple of little more plants, the telescope. We're gonna make, what are they? Fluorescent lights. We're gonna make fluorescent lights, you guys, with our 2 lights. We're gonna make little fluorescent boxes. That's hilarious. And then we're gonna put together a book stand and maybe the teacher's desk. Maybe. The globe. And then wire. And then load it in. But yeah, I'm just not ready to make those desks yet. I don't know why I'm so hesitant on it. I don't know. I think it's maybe because this was such a disaster that I'm leery of how the rest of their furniture is going to turn out. Just wondering. Thinking I should just go ahead and stick this. So let's glue up the ends. I know I'm off camera. I'm sorry. I'm here. I'm just I'm going to load 2/3 of it up with Aleene's tacky glue, the bottom 2/3. And then I am going to put a spot of super glue on the very top, so that way it'll help give me some stability right away. Maybe. Cross our fingers, people, please. Please let this work. See, if I push that wall in, it pushes this up, which then pushes it off the wall. Ugh! Nope. Oh, I almost knocked over a whole lid of goodies. See, this whole post is not on the wall here. Now this post is not on the wall. What is happening? No. No, it's not. Not gonna work. It's not gonna work. This is not working. This. So, I've ruined my wall here. Piece of crud. I've popped this wall apart, and the paper came off. So I need to, I've got to figure out how to basically, I think it's going to be putting the two pieces that go against the walls, not connecting each other, but connecting to the front sign. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm kind of stuck holding this for a second, so hold on, I'll show you in just a sec. Let's give this a chance to kind of mend. Okay, so here's the problem. I think I know what's going on. Not pretending to be an engineer, but I think I'm getting my license here. Working on my degree. So I think what the issue is the angle here, because they're not perfectly flat. So having them butt up against each other and be perfectly level is just impossible. So what was happening was, if this side was level, then the bottom of this, or the top of this, poked out off the wall. Hang on, let me. So if this was level, this side was off the wall. If this was level, this bottom was off the wall. So I think what I'm going to have to do is, I mean, this is already broke. These aren't even connected anymore, but they are connected to the front still. I've got to find a way to gently maneuver these to be flat on my walls and not break off of this. Because remember these little weird rounded off things? I don't know. It's weird the way they are. The pieces that they used. Yeah, I just went ahead and busted that little bit that was still connected. So So I think that's this, well, still not back. I think that's what's going to happen. I'm going to have them separated but connected to the sign, just not connected to each other. I think that's the only way that's going to be possible. So, that being said, my mind needs to roll around a bit, a bit more. See, this is when you're doing things like this, when you're working on the miniatures, and if you can see, I just saw this one has completely come off the rail. So at some point that got bumped. That's on solid. Oh, that was on solid, but I didn't want to let it sit like that. These things happen. You know, I just now noticed it. I didn't see it before. Didn't see it when it was drying. Maybe I bumped it when I moved it to the side or something. It's okay. It happens. What was my point? My point being that sometimes you just have to take a step back. Oh, and I did learn, you need to scrape off this old glue. Sometimes, yeah, you just need to go, okay, well, my mind's not wrapped around this problem yet, because just because they make the kits doesn't, I mean, it just depends on how much time and money they put into it. If they figure out every little problem, every little issue, great, easier for me to put together. Problem is, they don't always. Hardly ever do they, honestly. I'm trying to think if there's actually been a single build that I've not had one single issue, and I don't think there's ever been. Maybe sometimes the issues of my making, sure, that happens. I can complicate things very well on my own, thank you very much. But a lot of times it's just something like this, like, you know, it's just off. It's just off. It just doesn't work. And I'm not, I was going to say, I'm not blaming the creators, but kind of it's their fault. But I'm not mad about it or anything. It's just like, okay, well, this is just an issue, and I just have to wrap my head around how to fix this issue. And there can be a ton of different ways to fix this. Some people might just go, screw it, and just put it on the way that it is fitting, like how it's off on a bit of the walls. Some people are okay with that, you know, and that's perfectly fine. Some people might want to completely take the sign apart and be like, well, just put one piece up at a time. That might work too. Oh yeah, it goes on flush on the inside. I'm just not quite sure how I want to approach it yet. So that's why I'm not jumping in. And this is my thought process. This is the way my brain thinks. I just need to slow down and process through the options and see which one's going to be easiest for me to do. Not best, because best would be for it to just work how it's supposed to work, right? Just work, damn it. Just be right. But it's obviously not right. So, best for me is going to just take a minute to figure it out. Okay? But anyways, I think we're past our hour. How's our little flower, our little plant doing? This thing is pathetic, you guys. I get what they were trying to go at, but I wish they would have just let me kind of put them in myself. The one thing I am going to do real quick, I'm going to trim up. Maybe. Try not to pop the glue here. Okay, that's not working. It doesn't want to, I don't want to put too much pressure on it because I don't want to pop that glue. So therefore I can't get a grip on it. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm okay with it not being perfect. I do want it to look nice. I'm going to take my time getting all these little bits off that I missed. Okay, so I have two things to think about. One, I have to figure out how to connect this, and two, I need to figure out how to fix this, because this is really pathetic looking. Well, it might be what would look like in a kindergarten room, because I don't know. Maybe they're killing it. I don't know. Anyway, okay. All right, guys. So, yeah. My brain's 14 steps ahead now, so I need to back up where I'm at now. What am I doing right this minute? I'm going to tell you guys, I hope you have a great rest of your day or evening, whichever the case may be for you at this point in time. And for me, I'm going to go and brainstorm on how do we fix these things, these two things here. So join me next time and see what the conclusion is. All right? See you then. Bye.